I'd clan this Frank 1120 with the first like pre-war strategy against. We're going against Khashion2, I think is how you pronounce that. They're pretty good. They've got 36 war wins, so that's going to be a little bit tough. I can't pronounce most of these names, so I'm not even going to try. We're just going to go base through base. They've got 4 Town Hall 9s and 5 Town Hall 8s. So it's a little bit tough. We hit Town Hall 7 at 7, and they hit it at 10. So that's a pretty big difference, but from what I've heard, I haven't really looked through all of them yet, but their lowers villages are a lot easier than ours are, which is good. So we'll go ahead and scout their first player. Let's go ahead. This is definitely an anti-air base, so we can't use dragons on this because if you look at it, he's got the four air defenses here, and then 2 air pointing expos there, so that's gonna be way too tough. And if we look at the range on these suckers, I mean, you'll be he's got it set up to where all dragons will go through all of this before they go inside, and so you'd have to go through all this, then the second layer to get into that inner layer just to get the town hall. So that's definitely not gonna work for a air attack. I'm gonna need Kurt or Willie Man, I think's the name. I'm sorry, man. To use a go wipe. If you don't know what a go wipe is, Google it real quick. Basically, it's 2 golems, wizards. Oh, you guys can use actually go wee wee, which is golems, wizards, and witches. The witches will spawn the skeletons, which will protect the wizards, while the wizards do all the damage, and the golems will definitely go for those defenses first. So, attack strategy, definitely. Don't forget clan troops. That's always the big thing. So, I would try and go and get the queen, go and get the clan troops, and then get the king. So if you go in over, let's see where the queen's range is, you could send in troops on the left over here to get the queen. The king's going to be easy to get, and then the clan castle you could pull out slowly on this side with just a few barbarians, and then I would start the go wipe. If I had to recommend which side to go wipe, probably the top up here, but make sure you bring a lot of wall breakers. Well, actually golems aren't affected by spring traps because that's a spring trap, that's a spring trap, that's a spring trap. So if you use giants, your giants are just going to be flying everywhere. So that's just my recommendation after you get out the heroes. Let's go ahead and move on to 2. That way, I want to try and do like the top 5 in this video. Another anti-air base, quite a bit easier. A go wipe again, pull out the queen, the king. It's almost like the same setup. It's like the same base pretty much. It basically is the same base, just easier. I'd pull out the clan troops, the queen, and the king, and then if you go in right here, you'd be able to get these 3 out of the way and then get the expo next. Make sure you, like I said, you bring a lot of wall breakers. So, but the good thing about golems is they don't fly from spring traps. Sorry about that. This base is actually possible air base. This is maybe for I don't know. These are air pointing expos right here. So with 4 level 4 air defenses. So this probably isn't an air base either. This is another go wipe. I mean, you could try and air this with. I wouldn't even bring. I wouldn't bring any type of lightning spell to try and just take down one of the wizard towers. I mean, excuse me, air defense. I'll just go in the left over here with 3 rage spells or 4 or whatever if you're gonna use dragons. So this is another anti-air base because it's so spread out. So this shouldn't be hard to actually use an attack on because it is spread out, and the nothing's really all that upgraded. You could go ahead and get the king and the Clan Castle out pretty easy. There is no queen. I don't see her if she is. No, there is no queen, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's see the ranges on these two. So maybe if you lay down some archers or whatever here just to take out some of these buildings, then you could get in enough to get out the king and the clan troops. Because if we look at it, that one cannon covers, and that mortar covers, and this archer tower covers. So it is going to be a little bit beefy over here. So don't try and waste all your troops just getting out the clan troops. Because if you waste most of your troops before you get that clan troops, you'll die pretty easily. Once you do pull out the clan troops, pull them over here and kill them. That way you're out of the range of resources. Also, make sure you drop a little bit of troops in all the corners just to kind of take care of some of this stuff. Like this elixir collector over here wouldn't be touched. Another darn anti-air base, but this one shouldn't be bad to take care of. If I had a guess, I would say we just went over the top 4, so the top 2 could get this. TC might be able to attack this with level 3 dragons, or whoever wants to do it. If you want to use ground troops, be my guest. I personally would take care of this stuff over here, then go in and try and get your dragons to go straight towards the middle, which would be hard. So maybe you'd have to drop about 3 here, 3 here, take care of this stuff, save the rest to get them to push in the center. The king and the clan troops aren't going to matter if you're using dragons. So that would be my recommendation. I would probably go ahead and, I don't know which air defense I would go ahead and kill. Maybe this one, since it's going to be so hard to get in the middle. But once you're in the middle, your dragons aren't going to go outside. They're going to stay in and kill the rest of this stuff, which I'm sure there's Teslas in there. So that's just an idea. You guys can do whatever you want. I'll try and go and get the 6th in with this video. I know it's long, I'm sorry. Another anti-air base that you will definitely have to do a ground attack. This one would be a little bit harder, I think, to do an air attack than the last one, because the last one's design is not perfect, but this one's got pretty good design. Everything's pretty spread out. So maybe another ground attack, kind of maybe up here, because, oh, excuse me, up here, because the king, he's going to be a pain to get out because he is so far in. Yeah, you'd have to attack up top with a go wipe type attack. Watch out for this spring trap, and that should lure him out. Just send a few troops just to get in, like maybe low level troops to take care of this stuff, wall breakers to get in, a few giants just to get the king out, and then lure him somewhere else, like over here, and kill him or wherever. Just take care of him. It shouldn't be too bad of an attack. Witches would be nice, but I think we're running out of people who have witches, so I'm gonna cut this one here, and I'll make another video for probably 7 through 13 or so. So good luck to you guys. Any questions, just holler at me.